afternoon, everyone. I'm Heidi Daniel, the president and CEO of the Enoch Pratt Free Library, and I want to thank you so much for joining us for this exciting announcement. So first of all, I want to recognize that we have some important people in the room with us. We have Mayor Brandon Scott with us today, and our board president of the Enoch Pratt Free Library, Dr. Michelle Farmer, is here as well as behind me we have Director Shemaya Kearney of the Recovery Office and Brooke Attila from the Department of General Services. We also have Ray Conaway with Councilman Mfumi's office over here. Thank you. And we will have joining us our partners from the Baltimore City Information and Technology Office as well. So we're thankful that the Pratt Library is being awarded this American Rescue Plan funding. This more than $11 million investment provides the opportunity for transformational changes at a number of our facilities. Every week, thousands of people turn to the Pratt as their primary source of technology for devices and free internet. But the institutional computer banks that you see sitting here behind me and outdated classrooms force customers to sit shoulder to shoulder with no privacy. We believe strongly that this setup creates a second-class digital citizenship for people who don't have the internet at home, and it's a major equity gap in our city. Customers can't conduct virtual job interviews, review private documents, or have a telehealth visit. With this funding, Pratt will create inviting, inspiring, private, and accessible spaces that are community-driven, prioritize innovation, and promote entrepreneurship, and are the launchpad for our communities. We'll use this funding to reconfigure computer spaces in some of our most vulnerable communities to create equitable, high-end co-working spaces for everyone. This will include privacy pods, like you see on our vision board, designed to fit an individual or a group. These major changes in our public spaces will make the Pratt a national model for digital inclusion in public libraries. But we know that providing beautiful spaces for people is only one step in leveling the digital playing field. We can provide technology, but it doesn't matter if people don't know how to use it to improve their lives. That's why we'll expand our Digital Navigator program, specifically training employees to provide one-on-one tech support to community members. This not only helps address an immediate and urgent need we see in our libraries, it also helps create access to IT career pathways for people in our communities and our libraries. Another way the Pratt has opened the doors of digital access is by installing outdoor Wi-Fi on the exteriors of our buildings, which expands into our communities. With this infusion of funding, we are able to take the next step by creating safe outdoor spaces where our customers can use the Wi-Fi. That includes improved lighting, landscaping, electricity, and upgraded seating spaces. We're taking inspiration from outdoor spaces all over the world, as you can see on our vision board, so that people can turn to the library to charge their devices and access free internet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless of whether or not our buildings are open. And while we're moving library services outside of our buildings, we're going further than that with Pratt Anywhere. Currently, the Pratt has the Library of Things, where teens and children can check out robotics, cameras, computers, sewing machines, and more, just like they check out a book. With Pratt Anywhere, we'll expand the Library of Things to more Pratt branches and to partner organizations, providing pop-up Pratt and community spaces and programming throughout our entire city. This American Rescue Plan funding will also invest in our infrastructure with more than $4 million to repair aging HVAC systems, which plague many of our branches. We're excited to work with the Department of General Services in prioritizing these repairs so that we can make sure our doors remain open all season long. And finally, I'm incredibly thankful for the city's $3 million investment towards a new Park Heights library, our first in 15 years. This is a project we've been working with the Park Heights community on since I started at Pratt almost 6 years ago. This investment gets us one step closer to making that new library a reality. I want to thank our state partners who've been pushing this project, as well as our city Councilwoman Middleton. We hope to have even more announcements about Park Heights coming in the next months. This $11.7 million investment in the Enoch Pratt Free Library is a true opportunity for change, and we can't wait to see what we can do for our community. Now, it's my great pleasure to turn this over to our mayor, Mayor Brandon Scott.
Thank you, Heidi, and thank you for all that the Pratt Library does each and every day for Baltimoreans. And it is always a great day when we get to support the significant institutions in our community that with the resources, given the resources they need to thrive and further their impact. I want to start by acknowledging our partners in this progress and expressing my sincere appreciation for this incredible work that will benefit the lives of so many residents. I know we have right here from Congressman Mfume's office. I want to thank him, Senate President Ferguson, Senator Hayes, Councilwoman Porter, Council Vice President Middleton, Council President Mosby, Delegate Rosenberg, our Mayor's Office of Recovery Programs. We have our Director, Shamaya Kearney, with us, our Broadband and Digital Equity Interim Director with us today. We have our DGS Director with us, and of course, Heidi and the entire team at the Enoch Pratt Library. Pratt has always been a pillar in Baltimore City, and for decades as the city's free library system. And now we have the opportunity to support this institution in the same way, in a deep way, like they have done our communities. During the pandemic, the Pratt Library analyzed the needs of our residents, especially our students, and saw that there was a growing need to address the digital divide that already existed in our city in a deep way. And I am so proud that the Pratt still continues to be one of the largest providers of free internet in the state of Maryland today. I am committed to making the best choices, not the popular ones with our resources, and being able to positively change the course of so many lives in the process. And I don't know about you, but I want to be around people who have an answer, not a problem. The Pratt always comes to us with answers to how we're going to work on our issues. So I'm proud to stand here with our partners today as we all realize the significance that this $11.7 million of ARPA into the expansion of digital equity and the enhancement of our anchor institutions will have on the Pratt Library System, all of those who depend on their free 99 services, and all the new visitors that these renovated locations will attract. We know, and for me personally, the investment into the Park Heights Library is very personal because I was a student in that neighborhood when the original Park Heights Library closed. And I remember how much more difficult it got for me from having to go from Park Heights to Woodland to go up on Reisterstown Road to use our fabulous Reisterstown Road branch. So now that we will bring a library branch back to Southern Park Heights into a community that is seeing itself reborn and growing out of the ground, it is going to be a great day for Park Heights. We have also strategically built in funding to repair or replace the HVAC systems in 5 locations that also serve as cooling and heating center for our extreme weather conditions. No, Heidi, I will not be putting any of the air conditioning in personally. And a portion of the funding for this will also be allocated toward building, of course, this new fabulous rec center library in Park Heights. We do have a new fabulous rec center in Park Heights. Let's continue to recognize the Pratt for what they do. Tell everybody you know about the services that we have at the Pratt. Again, that they are free, and it's much more than just reading books. There are so many opportunities because they are investing in our community in a deep way. And when we do that, we allow ourselves as Baltimore to grow into a better version of ourselves. This is a great day for Baltimore. This is a huge day for the Pratt Library. But more importantly, this is a win for our communities. And with that, I will now turn it over to our interim Broadband and Digital Equity Director, Kenya Osley.
Well, hello, and thank you, everyone. I am Kenya Osley. I just got to say, I want to echo everything that our mayor has already said. This is an amazing day for Baltimore City. In the broadband digital equity space, Pratt Library has been a key stakeholder, a primary partner. When you are looking for resources, you want to know what's that first place you go? What number do you call first? You start at Pratt Library. For devices, for training, for just basic information, you start at Pratt Library. So we are very pleased and honored to be able to continue to do this incredible work together. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Berke Atilla. I am the Director of Department of General Services, and I'm going to try to keep it short. And I want to say libraries are essential community resources that provide knowledge, education, and entertainment to people of all ages. But one crucial aspect of creating a healthy indoor environment is to make sure that the facility is actually open and operational, where to improving the HVAC system's performance becomes incredibly crucial for us. This project aims to reduce energy consumption, improve air quality, and provide a comfortable indoor environment for visitors and staff. The renovation project will replace the existing HVAC systems with new, high-efficiency units that use modern technologies to optimize performance. This funding, and thank you ARPA team, enables DGS to support Pratt Library to begin the process of replacing these systems where they are most needed. DGS is pleased to collaborate with the Pratt Library on these projects, and to date have determined the criteria for asset prioritization, the implementation of system replacements. We are looking at the physical condition of these systems. We're looking at through the equity lens, the share of each location's minority population, along with the share of population with a household income under the poverty line, number of users, and energy use of existing equipment. DGS teams look forward to working with Pratt Library to complete the selection process in the weeks ahead, and project is expected to bring significant energy savings and comfortable space for everybody that uses it. The new HVAC system will consume less energy, resulting in lower operating costs and reduced carbon footprint. And I'm very excited to partner with the libraries. I'm very grateful for the mayor's office and then the ARPA team to provide us the ability to do this job. Thank you.
And with that, we'll take questions. Yes, sir. Heidi, you might as well come on. You're going to be answering most of these.
This one's for you, but in addition to this funding for Enoch Pratt, you've committed $35 million in ARPA funding to broadband and digital equity goals. You've talked recently about how the city is going to continue to pursue municipal broadband. It's a term that I think can mean different things to different people. I'm wondering if you can talk about what that means to you. What do you think are the sort of the core tenets of municipal?
Well, I think for us, it's about us being able, very simply put, it's about us being able to provide access to the internet through things like partnerships with the Pratt, what we're trying to do at our rec centers, and then growing on that in a network sense. As we go through it, and actually now also as we consider what's happening with the infrastructure bill and the opportunities that we have there, that will continue to evolve. But this is about creating an opportunity for the city to help to really start to bridge and end that digital divide.
Is that a goal, I guess, of providing public Wi-Fi to everyone?
Well, we'll see what that looks like. But the goal is to make sure that everyone in the city of Baltimore ultimately has access to high quality, high speed internet, because that's a right, like that's something that you need, like water now.
One more on that topic.
Yes, sir.
There's been criticisms in some corners that the city hasn't moved more quickly on broadband goals or set more immediate targets for getting that money out the door. Just want your response to that.
Yeah, I think that you can go quick or you can go right, and we're trying to go right. Mackenzie?
Yes.
Yes.
Looking at the conduit debate,
No questions about the library, Mackenzie?
We have all the information we need about the library.
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
The $11.7 million, this looks great. We spoke with the council president earlier today about his frustrations, along with the frustrations of several of the members inside City Hall. The council president says that this is another example of communication breakdown between your office and the city council. Can you explain the timeline of when exactly did you begin communication with the city council specifically the council president, about this conduit contract with BGE?
So what I'll say is that this council president got a briefing on this in an appropriate time. As you saw and heard us say the other day, they knew that we would have to enter into an agreement. This is, at this point, and other council members received their briefings from us in the appropriate time that we could do legally. Because what I will not do, Mackenzie, is do anything illegal. That is not something you will ever have to worry about with me. But also, when we had those briefings with other members outside the president, we did that because we know it's the right thing to do, right? Other members of the council obviously are not on the board of estimates. They have nothing to do with the contracts, but it's the right thing to do. This is about what is right for Baltimore. And that's the only thing that we should be talking about here. Everything else is political fodder and the distraction.
Who drafted the contract?
Well, we can get you all that information. You know who drafts contracts in the city of Baltimore. We have great lawyers in the city of Baltimore that do that great work. We have great contract workers who do that work each and every day. This is what's right for Baltimore. Not about what people's political feelings and what their emotional feelings are, but what's right about for the city of Baltimore.
And then one
Go
quick,
ahead.
looking at, well, actually two things. One, why was it so important for you to have the contract done before BGE included it in their rate case to the PSC? And then looking at the charter and the rules for the BOE, it makes it clear that a quorum includes 5 people. So why are you so
Well,
confident
no,
that it was correct?
we'll say this. The charter that, you missed a part of the charter that says that you can't just skip the meeting. If you're not going to be there, you must designate someone to be in your stead. And if you do not do that, then that is why what we did last week was right on par with the charter. And we did, this contract was done in the time and fashion that we needed, as I said to you last week, to make sure that Baltimore City did not end up back in court or any of the other things that we had before. Thank you very much.
I'll take one on to that.
Go ahead.
Everything that's been going on with the conduit, I guess, ties back to broadband in some way. I'm wondering, does your negotiation with BGE have anything to do with the city's goals for
No.
achieving municipal broadband?
It does not. This is about, and I think for you all, I think it would be important for the media to see, when you talk to mayors from other cities and leaders from other cities, this is the kind of thing that you're seeing happen in cities across the country. And I often we hear from Baltimoreans like, well, why aren't you guys doing things like other cities? Why aren't you looking at the public-private partnerships and all? This is what this is, right? This is a practice that's starting to be seen and done in the best interest of our residents, and that's all it is. Thank you very much, everybody.